Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in. Today, we're going to be taking an in-depth look at the 2025 Subaru BRZ TS. As with all of my reviews, I'm going to cover all of the ins and outs and take this thing on a thorough drive. There's a whole lot of stuff to cover, so without further ado, let's go ahead and start her up and let her run. Running counter to the current trend of power over precision, the second generation BRZ focuses on simplicity and fun, designed to deliver an unmatched driving experience. When this generation was first launched for the 2022 model year, it gained a new and more powerful 228 horsepower, 2.4 liter horizontally opposed engine. Sitting low in the chassis, the Boxer's unique design allows the BRZ to achieve a center of gravity even lower than the previous BRZ and is claimed to be on par with exotic hypercars. The ultra-low center of gravity is critical to delivering unrivaled handling with low polar movement and quick reaction to driver inputs. The naturally aspirated engine redlines at 7,000 RPM and delivers a 15% increase in torque. For 2025, the BRZ is offered in premium, limited, and TS trims and is available with two transmission choices: a standard 6-speed manual or an available 6-speed automatic with paddle shifters. Base pricing for each trim is $31,095, $33,745, and $36,245 respectively. With this TS being equipped as standard, the total MSRP including destination is $37,415. The TS, which stands for Tuned by STI, was reintroduced for the 2024 model year. It builds on the equipment included on the limited trim but offers the best performance and handling capability thanks to an STI-tuned suspension and a Brembo braking system. Starting in 2024, Subaru also began including EyeSight driver assist technology as standard equipment on manual transmission equipped models. Externally, the BRZ TS is distinguished by TS badging in the front grille and on the rear deck lid. The exterior foldable mirrors and roof-mounted shark fin antenna come in a crystal black silica finish. Despite its sporting intentions, the BRZ doesn't sacrifice everyday comfort and practicality. The 2+2 seating and foldable rear seats create a useful cargo area that has space for carrying a mountain bike, golf clubs, or even 4 race tires and tools for track days. Utilizing aluminum for the roof, front fenders, and hood, the BRZ has an estimated curb weight of just under 2,900 pounds, delivering on its promise of accessible performance. The BRZ's bold styling is as impressive as its handling prowess. The overall impression is modern, agile, and powerful with focused and functional aerodynamic details. The tidy coupe design is just over an inch longer and about half an inch lower than its predecessor, resulting in a low and wide frontal area set off by large functional air intakes. The grille is set low and is capped by proud fender arches that allow just enough room for suspension points. A narrowed greenhouse accentuates the bold fender flares, and the roofline features a subtle double bubble appearance, a nod to vintage race cars. The aggressive design flows into bold front fenders with large side vents. The functional side vents reduce drag by ducting air from under the hood and fenders. The released air is directed to a side sill spoiler that creates downforce as speed. A small fin at the back of the rear wheel arch also assists in airflow, adding stability at speed. At the rear of the car, the large rear fenders and wider track flow into dual exhausts for a low and wide stance. This visual heft is lightened by a narrower greenhouse and rear hatch, which flow into a dramatic upturned ducktail rear spoiler. The BRZ is offered in 7 exterior colors, with this example being finished in World Rally Blue Pearl. All of the color choices are available with no extra cost. The BRZ Premium is fitted with 17 by 7.5 inch alloy wheels that feature a high luster gray finish. The Limited and TS are both fitted with the same style, 18 by 7.5 inch alloys, but the Limited's wheels are finished in matte dark gray, while the TS wheels are glossy dark metallic gray. Like the Limited, the TS wears sticky 215/40 Michelin Pilot Sport 4 Performance Summer tires for superior grip and quicker turn-in. The TS upgrades the standard BRZ brakes with a high-performance Brembo braking system that enhances stopping power, fade resistance, and pedal feel. It includes 4-wheel discs that span 12.8 inches in the front and 12.4 inches in the rear. The discs are internally ventilated and are larger in diameter than other BRZ trims. They're clamped down by gold-painted 4-piston and dual-piston calipers respectively. In comparison, the Premium and Limited's brakes consist of 11.6-inch front discs with dual-piston calipers and 11.4-inch discs in the rear with single-piston calipers. 4-channel, 4-sensor ABS with electronic brake force distribution is standard, along with brake assist technology. The parking brake is mechanically actuated via a pull lever in the center console. With the TS brake setup, the BRZ is able to stop from 60 miles an hour in about 107 feet, a little shorter than the other trims. The brake pedal has excellent feedback and just the right amount of resistance. Underpinning the BRZ is a 4-wheel independent suspension. The front suspension consists of McPherson-type struts, lower L-arms, coil springs, a stabilizer bar, strut tower brace, and anti-dive geometry. The rear suspension is a double wishbone type with coil springs, stabilizer bar, and anti-lift geometry. The TS comes further equipped with STI-tuned front and rear Hitachi dampers to maximize its lightweight, ultra-low center of gravity and precision handling, resulting in greater flexibility and better control and stability. Overall ride quality is actually surprisingly good. It's a stiff chassis that's well balanced and highly precise, exactly what you'd hope for in a car like this. The steering is a rack and pinion design with electric power assistance and a quick 13.5:1 ratio. Like the suspension, it's very precise and offers great feedback. It does what you want without hesitation, fuss, or unpleasant body motions, making it incredibly rewarding through tight curves and spirited driving in general. The steering takes 2.5 turns to go from lock to lock, and the turning circle measures 35.4 feet. The leather-wrapped steering wheel integrates control switches for audio, cruise control, and Bluetooth. It's manually adjustable for tilt and reach. The relatively thin diameter of the wheel feels really nice in your hands, and there's subtle grip bolsters at 10 and 2. I do think a flat-bottom steering wheel would be a great option to free up a little leg space. A customizable 7-inch digital dashboard is the driver's focal point, with the tachometer front and center featuring an integrated digital speedometer readout. To the left of the tachometer is a programmable driver information display that you can switch between to show things like amps, water temperature, a G meter, and more, once again emphasizing the BRZ's performance capability. When the BRZ is placed in track mode via the switch in the center console, the tachometer automatically shifts to a linear graph with a color display that allows for a quick read, allowing the driver to focus on the road ahead. The BRZ is powered by a 2.4-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder boxer engine. New for the second generation, it boasts more power, more torque, and a high 7,000 RPM redline. The engine is built using aluminum for the block and head. The valve train consists of chain-driven double overhead camshafts with 4 valves per cylinder and variable valve timing on the intake and exhaust camshafts. Fuel is delivered through Toyota's unique D4S system, which combines direct and port injection with multi-spray injectors. The compression ratio is rated at 12.5 to 1. For those who don't know, Subaru and Toyota share somewhat of a partnership. That's why you have the Toyota 86, which is the mechanical cousin to the BRZ. They share a lot of stuff between each other. Originally, when the BRZ first came out, you had the Scion FRS. You can dig into it a little bit more if you want to figure out what exactly is different between the two cars. Anyway, this motor develops 228 horsepower at 7,000 RPM and 184 pound-feet of torque at 3,700 RPM. This allows the BRZ to accelerate to 60 miles an hour in about 5.8 seconds in TS guise. The car only weighs 2,851 pounds and is an absolute blast to drive. Many people have criticized the BRZ over the years for not having more power. While this new engine delivers more power, slapping a turbocharger onto it would really dial up the wild factor. For example, the turbocharged 2.4-liter boxer engine in the new WRX delivers 271 horsepower. Honestly though, I never felt a longing to have more power. Yeah, it'd be fun, but it's not necessary for this car. The BRZ is just such a well-balanced package. I have not driven the first generation, but I can say this is easily one of the most fun new cars for the money I've driven in quite some time. It offers a very usable amount of power that allows you to really focus on your driving and learning the behaviors of the car. It's a rev-happy engine that feels quick off the line and has good passing power. It also sounds nice, that good old characteristic boxer sound, especially at higher RPMs. The standard 6-speed manual transmission offers short, satisfying throws and a solid feel. It's paired to a 4.1 final drive ratio. The feel of the clutch pedal is very nice, with a strongly defined grab point that's easy to modulate. When toggling on track mode, shift indicators appear in the instrument display, which is pretty cool. The Premium and TS trims are not offered with an automatic transmission. If that's more your style, you'd have to go for the Limited. On the Limited, the automatic is an $850 option. It's a 6-speed unit that includes paddle shifters on the steering wheel if you wanted to shift the transmission manually. When selecting the automatic sport mode, you get more rapid downshifts with automatic throttle blipping. Using the car's yaw sensors, it's also able to hold the transmission in lower gears during harder cornering to maximize performance. Regardless of the transmission, the BRZ is rear-wheel drive and comes standard with a Torsen limited-slip rear differential that's quick to lock the wheels and get the traction you need when it matters the most. Both vehicle stability and traction control systems are standard, and there's a multi-mode switch in the center console with the aforementioned track mode and TCS off switch. When it comes to fuel economy, the BRZ TS is EPA rated between 20 miles per gallon in the city and 27 miles per gallon on the highway. During my week of driving, I averaged around 22 miles per gallon. Premium fuel is required. The total tank capacity is 13.2 gallons. In comparison, an automatic transmission BRZ has an average fuel economy rating of 25 miles per gallon. Inside, the BRZ TS cabin is wrapped in black ultra suede and leather trimmed upholstery with TS only contrasting blue stitching on the front seat bolsters, leather wrapped steering wheel, a shifter boot, and a parking brake boot. The performance designed front seats with height adjustable head restraints feature a blue leather accent down the middle. Nubuck-like material enhances the instrument panel visor and door trim. The Limited's interior is similar but offers red accents and contrast stitching instead of the blue. The Premium has standard cloth upholstery. The iconic STI logo is displayed on the red starter button and customizable 7-inch digital instrument cluster, which has also been updated with TS exclusive red accents. In keeping with its sports car dynamics, the BRZ's seating position is low, but features excellent sight lines due to the use of high-strength steel in the A, B, and C pillars, keeping them thin but strong. Deeply contoured bucket seats provide excellent overall support. The driver's seat gets 6-way manual adjustments, including height adjustment. The passenger seat has 4-way manual adjustments. All BRZs come with dual-zone climate control. I absolutely love the setup. It's easy, straightforward, and analog in control. The 3 dials in the middle operate temperature and fan speed. Underneath, there's traditional buttons and toggles that lend an appreciable old-school vibe. Cleanly executed to say the least. Heated front seats are standard on the Limited and TS. They offer high and low settings, and the switches for them are located in the center console. Overhead, you have interior illumination and reading lamps, roadside assistance buttons, adjustable visors with lighted vanity mirrors, and manually dimming rearview mirror. Interior storage space is minimal, but that's to be expected for a car like this. The rear of the center console has a padded armrest with butterfly doors that open to reveal 2 cup holders, 2 USB-A ports, and an auxiliary jack. The smartphone technologies are not wireless and require you to physically connect your phone via USB. The glove box has pretty good space and houses a 12-volt power outlet. There's also bottle holders in the door panels. As far as ergonomics, I have mostly great things to say. The layout of everything is so easy and honestly refreshing to use. All of the bare essentials are there and within close reach. The only annoying thing is the placement of the cup holders. If you're not paying attention, you might accidentally ram your elbow into a cup when using the parking brake. Ask me how I know. The 8-inch infotainment touchscreen takes precedence in the center stack and features the latest Subaru Starlink multimedia system, including standard smartphone integration with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as Bluetooth hands-free phone connectivity and audio streaming, a rear vision camera, and SiriusXM services. To me, the screen setup is perfect for a modern sports car like this. It offers everything you'd want without being overbearing tech-wise. The standard audio system in the premium trim has 6 speakers, while the Limited and TS offers 8 speakers. The quality is good, although it isn't all that powerful. A nice, balanced sound for easy listening. Despite this not being as big of a screen as other new Subaru vehicles, it incorporates many of the same features, including a customizable home screen, a variety of media options, SiriusXM Travel Link, a Wi-Fi hotspot, roadside assistance, maintenance reminders, and more. When it comes to safety, the BRZ includes dual-stage front airbags, front seat-mounted side, pelvis, torso airbags, side curtain airbags, and a driver's knee airbag. As I mentioned earlier, all BRZs, regardless of the transmission, now come standard with Subaru's EyeSight Driver Assist technology suite, which includes adaptive cruise control, pre-collision braking, lane departure and sway warning, and lane keep assist. High beam assist is also standard on all trims. LED headlights are standard, with the Limited and TS trims getting upgraded steering responsive headlights. Blind spot detection with lane change assist and rear cross traffic alert is standard on the Limited and TS. Reverse automatic braking is optional on the Limited only. The BRZ's interior is best described as a 2+2 configuration. While it's technically a 4-seater, the back seat is quite small and will not be able to comfortably sit anyone larger than a child. That being said, there are child seat anchors on both sides. To access the rear seat, you tip the front seat backrests forward. On the passenger side, the front seat will auto-slide forward. On the driver's side, you have to manually slide the seat forward by the grab bar in front of the bottom cushion. Of course, I had to test the rear seat out for myself. I'm 5 foot 10 inches, and while I could physically climb in and sit in place, there's no way I could hang out for long. Leg space and head space are very limited. For anyone that can sit in the back, the bottom cushions are dished out quite a bit to better accommodate. There's also molded-in armrests on each side panel. The center console extends towards the back, and there's a carpeted hump in the middle of the rear seat, which also serves as somewhat of an armrest. Rearward visibility is surprisingly good. I like how the upholstery and stitching seen in the front carries on to the rear seat as well. Of course, the BRZ is not a super practical car when it comes to storage space, but it does offer decent trunk space for what it is, and like I mentioned earlier, it offers the added flexibility of a folding rear seat back to expand cargo space if needed. The trunk lift-over height measures 27.1 inches. Trunk space measures 6.3 cubic feet with the rear seat in place. The BRZ does not have a spare tire for the sake of space. Instead, it has a tire repair kit plus additional roadside tools. Underneath the trunk floor is a foam divider that offers additional storage space for smaller items. Folding down the rear seat is easy and can be done from either side of the car. There's small buttons on the outer edges of the backrest. You simply press a button and lay the backrest down. It creates a nice flat load floor if you need to carry larger items. Well everyone, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please don't forget to leave a like down below because it really helps the videos a lot. And if you haven't subscribed already, consider doing that too and make sure those notifications are turned on. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.